I had to just from memory, there's like 30,000 other people I would say it was definitely him too. And I can't trust Mitch's vision on this, but it at least is compelling. And I was like, let me do some basic fact checks here. What do I even know about this guy, Cabot Phillips? And I know that he does the Morning Wire up at Daily Wire. And I checked, and he's missing from the Morning Wire. He doesn't do it daily, but he does it enough times that I noticed that he is missing from September 4th to the September 10th on that show. And so I am looking to see, to just debunk or like remove him from the picture, that and maybe to get a clearer understanding that maybe, Mitch thinks he remembers things. I mean, he's super detail oriented, like telling me what kind of watch the person was wearing, because he was like, I was going to go up to him and I was going to say something. But I'm going, I don't know anything about actually Cabot Phillips. And it was very difficult to find any information outside of his father, who I found a lot of information about. Actually, he's a pretty big guy, taking a lot of money from the Adelsons. And he's definitely a neocon, I'll tell you that for free. So I thought, could this be the reason that, in my back of my mind, could this be the reason that Ben's having some sort of a weird spiral? Does he know something? Or is this just a case, and it could be, just be very clear, it could be a full case of Mitch misremembering, but I didn't give him the context. I didn't say this is Erica's ex-boyfriend from 2017. And I just found that to be interesting. And yeah, so I don't know what the reason would be to say that you didn't date someone. You did. And I don't understand it. I genuinely don't understand that at all. And the internet did pull this up, which I think we can show that, yes, we're that couple who gets painting lessons together. There's a lot of social media activity between her and his family. I was also really compelled by how close she is with her cousin, this Nicole Rothstein, who defends her in the comments currently, by the way, and says, Erica, people were asking why it seems like now there's this bend towards Israel. And Nicole Rothstein was like, I'm her cousin. She's half Jewish. I did not genuinely, I did know that she was part Jewish. I don't know about any of this at all, but it is interesting that they had a relationship, and I don't know why that's being wiped from the memory. There's nothing wrong with having a relationship before you find love of your life at all. And so I'm hopeful that we can get some answers. And that's why I asked them publicly. When I can't get answers privately, I ask them publicly. Do you want to know why? Because I have a right to ask questions. And like I said, I don't like the way Ben is signaling that he doesn't want people looking into Erica. Okay. And when people start looking in, they then find that a Daily Wire employee dated her. So that seems interesting, to say the very least. And we should figure out, what's actually going on. Like, what is actually going on? He even says the Mossad. I never once said the Mossad killed Charlie Kirk. So was that by accident? Definitely starting to think in a major way that Israel's got something to do with killing Charlie Kirk. And the Egyptian planes, which we are putting the final touches on because I don't want there to be even one typo or mistake on this, that we're going to put up on our website. It leads you to Israel. It just does, okay? There's no question. That's why they were panicking about the Egyptian planes. Fort Huachuca is involved in lawsuits and sworn affidavits regarding 9/11. People who asserted that the prepping for that took place. The vibes are vibing here at Fort Huachuca. The more of it I learned about Fort Huachuca, and that's why we open you guys to this investigation to send us tips. And I would like to focus you on what we would like to learn. If you have concrete evidence of what occurred at Fort Huachuca on the early morning of the 9th, we want to hear from you. We do not want an email about what Mitch did in 1993 and why you don't think he's a good person because he had a divorce with his wife. We just don't need that. We do not want an email saying, I'm in the military, and it would be unusual for them to allow him to book the hotel. We've already confirmed all of it. He has a literal video of him that's 18 minutes long asking for directions to get to where he's going. We can see in the background where he is. We don't want you to waste your time on that. We have verified everything we could verify about the story. We cannot verify the people. And I just sense that there's something there because Ben is coming undone, and he only comes undone about one topic, and that is Israel. So we will take a break, and I will answer some of your questions. All right, you guys, you should know that as a consumer, you actually carry the success or the failure of a business in the palm of your hands. Their success depends on your decision to spend money with them or their competitor. Well, my friends at Pure Talk would like to say thank you from the bottom of their hearts for choosing Pure Talk for your wireless needs. Because of you, they've had a record-breaking year. Because of your generosity through their Roundup for Charity program, they've been able to donate over $500,000 to America's Warrior Partnership, who stands on the front lines of preventing veteran suicide. Your patronage has allowed Pure Talk to donate 1,000 hand-sewn, made-in-America flags to your fellow veterans. And when you choose Pure Talk as your wireless provider, you choose to support American jobs. Like I said, as a consumer, you have the power to make or break companies. And with the money the big wireless guys throw around on advertising, you are inundated with offers everywhere that you look. So from everyone in the Pure Talk family, thank you for your trust and God bless America. Also reminding you guys about American financing because the Fed has dropped rates for the 4th time this year. And if you're a homeowner, you should call American Financing today. You could be saving real money every single month. High interest debt is crushing budgets across the country, but homeowners who act now are using their equity to wipe it out. American Financing customers are saving an average of $800 a month, with some getting rates in the low fives, which is a massive difference compared to credit cards charging 20% or more. You can speak with a salary-based mortgage consultant and find out exactly what you qualify for. There are never any upfront fees to find out how much you could be saving. If you move quickly, you could even delay 2 mortgage payments, putting cash back in your pocket immediately. So call American Financing today. The sooner you act, the quicker you can save. Call 800-795-1210. Again, that's 800-795-1210. Or visit AmericanFinancing.net/Owens. That's AmericanFinancing.net/Owens. And of course, you guys know I'm going to tell you about Nimi Skincare because it's cold outside. December's here. The weather's dry. And if you're like me, your skin is definitely feeling it. This is the time of year when we could all use a little extra to help keep our skin moisturized, healthy, and glowing. And you guys already know that I love what Nimi Skincare is doing, especially this Christmas season, because while other brands are tiptoeing around, trying to be inclusive with their happy holiday messaging, Nimi is just decked out for Christmas. It's bright, joyful, it's unapologetic. And I'm obviously here for it. Now, if you are wondering what I'm personally using right now, my skin gets pretty dry in the winter. So I've been using Nimi's Sunshine Tallow Cream, pairing that with their Buzzin' Tallow Balm. And my skin has never been softer. There's no dryness, no cracking. There's just rich moisture that lasts all day. And what I love most is that their formulas are clean, simple, and they work. And yes, they make incredible gifts for the women in your life who appreciate great skincare and American-made values. Moms, sister, daughters, grab a few and you will thank me later. Here is the deal. You can use code Candace10 and you'll get 10% off your order at NIMIskincare.com. That's NIMIskincare.com. Don't wait. Get your skin the care that it needs this winter. Treat yourself, grab a couple of gifts, and support a brand that actually stands for something this Christmas season. Okay, you guys, reminding you, if you would like to purchase my book for Christmas, you can do so on Amazon now. You can just add it to your cart and you will absolutely love it. It really gets into the history of feminism and who brought the plague to break down families to America. And you can really trace that right back to the same people who assassinated the Tsar, people who believe that they have a right to murder people to take what they want. That is the guiding principle and philosophy of some religions, certainly not the Christian one. Anyways, makehimasandwich.com if you'd like to buy direct from us, and you can purchase signed copies, which I'll be signing a lot more directly on CandaceOwens.com. A good time to mention to you guys that I had a very crazy week, and I'm so sorry that we had to bump book club again. There will not be a book club tonight, and I will be sure to reset one. We just need to figure out with Mark's travel schedule. Mark, Princess. You know what, Mark? I have a question. Where are you going, actually? Where do you think you're going?
I'm going to Fort Huachuca.
Oh. To get your intelligence training. Okay, I got it. Okay. Well, we also have new merch on the website, by the way, and that also makes a good Christmas gift. We have fun merch, and we have new merch that's going to be dropping. It's a way that you can support the show, and I also want to encourage you guys to support Mitch because he has people picking apart his entire life. One person was like, was diagnosed with PTSD. Oh, shocking. Like, do you know how many of our veterans are diagnosed with PTSD because of what they lived through in the military? Like, what kind of a monster are you to even pull that up? It just makes me sick. You can support Mitch, and I will be doing that too. You'll see that I haven't donated yet because I literally hit publish on that right before we went live. But you can support Mitch at givesendgo.com/Candace podcast. And yeah, it feels good to be doing stuff from the people to the people, not relying on these traditional modes of really slavery, people that are artificially created in the market and are protected. And what do? They always want people to be removed from the market because they can't compete. If the rules are fair, they would be nowhere. That's the Barry Weisses and Ben Shapiros of the world. They would be absolutely nowhere. I mean, imagine having your dad babysit you and like write mean comments to people on the internet and you're like 45 years old. Like, what even are we talking about? Okay, top comment from last episode. Stephanie writes, why would this man willingly bring hell on himself if he was not telling the truth? I know. And there's so much more about his story. Like when you start reading what they put him through, it's unbelievable. And again, I think that's why so many veterans who have honestly been through these scenarios with the military just wrote so many beautiful emails. I wish I could share them all with him. Many people, by the way, who completely verified what he said about Fort Huachuca. One person who even said, oh, that year I was actually JTF, and he's absolutely telling the truth because of the horses. That part he talks about like the horseback riders, and they told me who the general was that insisted that they all learn to ride horses. So he is very much being supported, and we can do this stuff without support from the mainstream media. Let them keep calling us crazy. I'm okay with that. We would only be crazy if we believed anything that they were saying at this point. Unaffected COVID writes, go Max, Candace, go Max. Thank you for that donation. Chance Callahan writes, as a gay Tennessean and OG Candace stan, I have always appreciated your authenticity and intellectual honesty. I used to have to defend my support of you, but that is no longer. The people are waking up and recognizing who and what is fake and gay. Stay safe and thank you. Yeah, even the way when he tries to like diss me on stage and he's like, retarded. The way he says retarded is like, he's so effortlessly uncool. That's what I want to say about Ben. He's just like effortlessly uncool. So cringe. 8 Birds writes, all I want for Christmas is justice for Charlie. Here's a Christmas present for you, Candace. Thank you. I am so grateful for you and I pray for you constantly. Keep it up. God is using you in a big way. Thank you. And I feel that way. I feel like all of this is us just breaking the shackles. Like there are just been mental shackles that have been put on us, telling us we have to stay in line, that we have to accept this, that we have to believe in this arbitrary authority. And everyone around the world is waking up to it. Like we are just waking up to how absolutely duped we have become as a society, believing that this system is fair when it's so clearly rigged in our faces. And yeah, I just hope that people feel inspired to similarly go Max and stand up against it. And I don't even care about these lawsuits anymore. I mean, Ben's going to get me a legal letter so fast. I don't care, man. This is your whole, the Pharisees, people who write the laws, and we got the judges and blah, 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 and we'll put you in a private court and sue you for liking tweets. Like you heard him on stage. Like I was like literally sued for liking tweets. You know how petty you have to be to even look at somebody's likes? What are you doing? Like, what are you doing? And then publicly trying to pretend like you care about free speech while you privately sue people who are just trying to leave your company after they're fired. You fired me. Like let me go. Like, please let me go. Stop telling people you're chosen. You are not chosen to do shit except within the synagogue of Satan, clearly, because everything you do is the manufacturing of lies, bullying, getting people to write articles, smearing, libeling. Yeah, it's pretty explicit what kind of people engage in that sort of stuff. So anyways, let me stop telling you guys how I really feel. A.U. Basri writes, damn, let her cook. Nam writes, I might not be rich, but this is for the joy you gave me for calling out Mini Benny out for his Napoleon complex. I haven't had a laugh that good in a while. Thank you. Go Max, stay Max. Guys, this isn't even the tip of the iceberg in terms of what that man has put me through because I survived. Like literally, it's like that's why I say it's a slave owner mentality. It's very obvious that that's what it is. Why are you hosting 300 people to fire someone? What is that? Here's what she did wrong. Here's what she did wrong. And I'm just like the one who doesn't even flinch because literally F you. Yeah, literally F you. I don't care. Stop. Kanye was right. He was totally right. That's why he burned down his life and said, I'd rather rebuild it than let you own 1 ounce of it. And when you do rebuild it and they don't own it, well, then you get into a scary territory, right? You get into a scary territory because what they are willing to do to take when they can't earn it, it's very scary. History tells us and shows us. XH writes, they're angry that Candace is intelligent, eloquent, beautiful, and stays beating them at every turn. I'm so glad that you spoke up about the racial element of this. You're a role model to us Black women everywhere. Candace, go Max. Yeah, guys, Black people just got to learn your history, man. You got to learn the minstrel shows, who's behind the minstrel shows, and, the truth behind the Jim Crow laws, and who, even when you learn about the Klansmen, I mean, the things that happened, and all they had to do was control our textbooks and keep us all fighting each other. And you're out here talking about what the white man has done. Who do you think tried to genocide the white man in Europe, right? Yeah, take a look at that. I keep telling you, watch that PBS documentary that they came after me hardcore for speaking about. What the savage piece? Yeah, those are your ancestors, guys. Yeah, you are European, like white Europeans. These are your ancestors, and with propaganda, they basically mow the lawn. They get you as white men to sign up and agree to murder white men on the other side of the world. It's white men murdering white men, and for different reasons being propagandized. Wake up. Like, we all need to wake up and lock arms against sheer evil. And the military industrial complex is sheer evil. And the psychological games they are playing with people, they're playing on people, is sheer evil. What Charlie was going through in the end, because of Jewish donors threatening him, I'm going to take everything, if you even let Tucker speak, over speech, is sheer evil. It's despicable. Somebody should apologize for it. Instead, they go, we'll buy our way, and Benny will sit near Charlie's chair, and we'll pretend he was his friend. We can just buy everything. We'll buy your compliance. No, actually, our answer to that is no. Christy writes, and that midget horse you rode in on, LOL, I love you, Candace. And I mean it, like, really, I mean that. And I know I probably am most definitely going to have to confess, but I have taken the high road enough, and I'm sick of the lawfare. Stop showing up to my house because you do things to me. Imagine doing something to someone and then demanding they apologize for it. It's totally crazy. And I extended every courtesy, you guys. I extended every courtesy. My husband really said, let's do the Christian thing. But I realized you can't really do the Christian thing with people that hate Christ. It doesn't work. The Christian thing doesn't work with people who hate Christ. So if you're a good Talmudic Jew, as he always says, he's a Talmudic Jew, you will understand once you get what's in that Talmud, exactly what he means and exactly what he thinks about you. It's important that you understand that. 7 Sheets writes, what a year. You deserve a break, but we'll be waiting. You deserve Journalist of the Year for just not being bi, fake, and gay. God bless and be safe. Thank you guys so much. Curbster writes, our new motto in Candace's 2028 presidential campaign slogan should be, today is another great day to go Max. It would just be go Max. I would never run for president. I hate everybody that's in DC. I hate their values. I think they are despicable, and how they have acted since Charlie has been assassinated. I hate that they are embarking on this psychological campaign to try to make us believe that what happened that day was normal. It has made me lose faith in politics. It has not made me lose faith in the Lord. And in many ways, I see everything that Charlie wanted. I understand that he knew he was going to die. And I understand that it has to be me that defends him and exposes this entire matrix to the world. So anyways, you guys, I think I've said enough today. So we'll see you. Whenever we see you, I will communicate. We might do something next week. I know I owe you guys a book club, but we'll see you soon.